Alright, I'm going to be straight up with you here. This episode is going to be kind of boring, but it's really important and can completely change the way that you use Blender. Alright, so I need you to stick around. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of CGC Weekly, coming at you not live from the CG Cookie Studio. My name is Grant, in case you didn't already know that, and today we're going to be talking about Blender documentation. Oh, documentation. Everybody hates it. It's boring. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but really, Blender's documentation does contain everything you need to know, and I'm going to teach you guys how to access it. So there are actually a few different ways that you can access Blender's documentation, and the first one is through your browser. If you go ahead and open up your browser and go to blender.org/manual, well, it takes a second to load, but when it does, you get an entire list of different things. So say I wanted to learn about particle systems. Well, it'd probably be under physics, and no, I guess physics types maybe? Particle system. Knew it. And here I can learn about everything I need to know about particle systems. Moreover, if I wanted to find something specific about the particle system, I could search for it. Now, one important thing to keep in mind when using the documentation is to be very specific in your search. Because if I just look up, say I want to learn about Brownian forces, right? The force that causes random chaotic movement of particles, right? If I just look up particles, well, a lot comes up, right? But if I look up Brownian, you can see that we get two different things. We get Musgrave and we get Newtonian, right? And neither of those are really descriptive. So let's add the word particle afterwards, or particles, particle, and we're left with just Newtonian. And if we click this, we can see Brownian. Specify the amount of Brownian motion. Brownian motion adds random motion to particles based on a Brownian noise field. You can learn a lot about Blender and its different systems from this. For example, just a few days ago, I learned about OSL shading nodes and how you can use those in Blender. Hint, hint, that might be a future episode coming this month. But yeah, there's so much you can learn from this. Now, there is one other way that you can access this, and that is actually through Blender's interface itself. So I'm gonna open up Blender really quick here, and we're gonna show you that. Okay, I just opened up a fresh Blender file here, and let's go ahead and get something going here. I'm gonna add a particle system on this cube just because I can. And we're going to change it into fluid particles. And when we do that, we get some interesting settings down here. We get things like interaction radius, we have stiff viscosity, rest density, repulsion factor. What in the world does this mean? I don't know. And that's why we have this amazing tool. We have this great feature where if we right click on a slider or a button or a property, any sort of property here, we can actually come down and click Online Manual. And when we do that, look at that. It opens up to wherever we needed to go to. And you can also, if you're a programmer, you can also use the online Python reference from that there, which I found massively helpful, but this is actually kind of helpful for a lot of things. You can see the buoyancy factor, radius factor, repulsion, all the different variables that you can tweak. That is Blender's documentation. It's kind of boring, but it's really useful and you can learn a lot from it, especially if something's happening and you don't know why. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something new today, and I hope that you learned how to learn something new through Blender's documentation, and I'll see you guys next week. Hey, look, I'm clicking the subscribe button. You should do the same. In addition to clicking the subscribe button, you should head over to cgcookie.com for, actually I should reach up to the URL box, go there and hook yourself up with a subscription. Lots of stuff to learn there.